Well, hello everybody, it's Bug Eater 64 and here we are going to be in the DC6. Love this old girl. We're going to be doing a almost 1,300-mile flight going from San Francisco International out to Dallas Fort Worth. So KSFO to KDFW. So we're going to get inside the aircraft. We're going to get her going. And this is going to be a long flight. We're talking 5.5, almost 6 hours in this old bird. But we're going to be doing FSAirlines Flight, and we should make a good chunk of change. So let's get inside the aircraft. Let's get the thing started, and let's get going. San Francisco weather is a beautiful day. Dallas Fort Worth, something different. We may have some problems there with some heavy winds and possibly even some thunderstorms. We'll wait and see when we get there. So let's get in the cockpit and let's get the old girl going. See you inside. Okay, so here we are inside the cockpit of the DC6B as in Bravo, and we're going to get things started here. Make sure we get things set up for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and the PMDG DC6. Great old aircraft, and I thoroughly enjoy flying it. So with that, it's about ready to get things started here. I'm gonna have to do something, see if I can get rid of that bar. There's supposed to be a mod that I can do that'll get rid of that bar up there at the top of the screen when I'm moving around sometimes. So, and we're at the airport, so things get very, very busy. But first of all, let's get our pad set up so we can see what we're doing here. And first thing, we're going to have 68 passengers today. So let's get that loaded. And also going to have 1,710 pounds of cargo. So we'll get those all set up. Be nice if I could just type it in there, but it won't let you do that. So we just do it this way. And we're going to need, we'll put 50% of fuel in, and that should take care of that. Top off all our oil levels.
Cockpit pre-flight.
And let's get started.
Completed. Voice recorder. Tested. Oil coolers and cowl flaps. Auto and position. Fuel and fluids. Checked. Pressurization. Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked. Doors and hatches. Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
All right, so start engine number 3. Looks everything's set up there.
3, 6, 9, 12.
And number 3 engine starting up nicely. And we'll go ahead and head over through the engine start to engine number 4, so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. Engine 1 is going good. So we got 3 engines started. We're going to start engine 4 now. The magic of editing. Okay, so down to engine 1. Fuel pump to low.
3, 6, 9, 12.
And engine 4 is starting up. So all 4 engines have started up and seem to be running smoothly. Oil pressures are coming up. Flight plan is in our Garmin 430.
Start select and boost pumps. Off and off. Battery switch. Plane battery. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power. Removed. After start checks complete.
Very good. So my co-pilot can call ATC and get us permission to taxi.
San Francisco ground Air America X6 with whiskey request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Air America XX6 taxi to and hold short at runway 10 left via taxiway Alpha Bravo 1 Zulu Zulu 1 cross runway 10 right Sierra Sierra 2 Sierra Tree. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 10 left via taxiway Alpha Bravo 1 Zulu Zulu 1 cross runway 10 right Sierra Sierra 2 Sierra Tree Air America XX6.
Okay, very good. So we can go ahead and start our taxi. Engines are running smoothly. So let's get moving here. Well, we got a pretty lengthy taxi, so we're going to go ahead, turn around here, and then we'll speed through and get down to the hold short location before runway. Runway 10 left. And here we are, runway 10 left. We've done our pre-flights and we are ready to go out onto the runway and do our takeoff. Nearly a 6-hour flight, and that's why I went ahead and edit parts of it out so that we can just do a nice smooth transition through the important parts. Make sure your seatbelt's on, and let's get ready to go.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
Inches,
30
looking
inches
good.
stabilized. Cowl flaps. Cowl
And
flaps.
we'll make sure our
Cowl
FS
flaps set.
airline
Full
is
power,
ready
please.
to go.
Going full power.
And we are looking good. Ready to take off. Get up to full power and release the brakes, and we'll be on our way.
Full power set.
Brake released. Rotate.
Go 100 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Air American to XX6 NorCal approach. Response 5664.
Meter power. Setting meter power. 48 inches.
5664
2600
America
RPM.
266.
Air American to XX6 radar contact 2 miles north of San Francisco, 700 feet. Clear through the Bravo airspace. Maintain home navigation.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Air America 266.
Meter power set. Climb power. Setting climb power.
And we'll go ahead and put the autopilot on now, so I can take care of some other business. We'll follow our GPS flight plan.
Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please. After takeoff checks complete.
And so, we are climbing nicely. We are really heavy today with 68 passengers, 1,700 plus pounds of cargo. So she is not climbing real fast, and she's not picking up any noticeable airspeed at this point. But we'll be basically step climbing up to about 15,000 feet. That's our cruise altitude today. Beautiful morning here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Aircraft is working quite well. I definitely want to get rid of that bar up there at the top.
Air America to XX6 contact NorCal approach on 133.905. Good day.
133.954 Air America 266. Normal approach Air America 266, 2,500 feet.
Air America
So the DC6 took a flight crew of 3, pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer. And so what I do is I let my co-pilot handle all the ATC calls, and my flight engineer helps me with the engine settings and different flight characteristic settings that are needed. So and that way I get to just pretty much worry about and think about flying the aircraft and monitoring the auto gyro while we're moving. And so she's climbing a little bit fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower our climb rate down to about 500 feet a minute.
134.5 Air Americano XX6. Normal approach Air Americano XX6, 3,300 feet.
Air America to XX6, NorCal
And
approach
that way it'll gain some airspeed, and that's really where this girl likes to, about the best rate, most economical rate. So let's go ahead and set our altimeter, to the proper setting. It's 3042. Some mild morning fog. Beautiful day. Now I'm picking up some jet engines. Whoa, okay. Thank you, ATC, for that fine separation. Oh my goodness. I would say that ATC has screwed the pooch a little bit there. But to give us much more separation than that, I could call that a near miss. That was not a good thing. Altitude.
126 decimal 8 flight, engineer at 1215.
We'll shortly be at our descent. I'm going to have 6 hours flight time, so we're going to doing some editing to make the flight more presentable. Alright, like I said, things were going to be a little bit different in Dallas. Well, they certainly are. Very cloudy. We're descending to about 2,500 feet. And I may have to go a little bit lower than that too. Very, very cloudy here. We are turning to final approach. We're high, but get her down. It's very, very windy up here. can imagine what it's going to be when I get down closer to the ground. This could be a very interesting landing. I'm hand flying the aircraft now because of the conditions, and pretty soon I'm not going to be able to see anything going through the clouds, so I'm going to have to depend solely on my instruments, but that's not a real problem. Proper and my wings level, which can be a little bit difficult in this kind of wind and weather. Be long we'll be passing through these clouds. There's quite a few holes that I can see the ground, so it might not be too bad, but there's some pretty black clouds out there too, so we'll see how it goes. Descending nicely. Depending on instrument. And clouds are getting darker.
Flaps 20. Setting flaps 20.
And we'll go over, start slowing down, go through our before landing checklist. Down. I haven't put the landing gear has not come down yet. We're still going a little fast. Put the engines down basically to close to idle. The clouds here and pull the nose up, we should slow down fairly quickly.
Flaps set. Mixtures rich, please.
Cleared to land runway tree 6 right, number 3, Air America Caution 66.
Mixtures set. Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
The outer marker.
Gear down and locked, 3 greens. Props. 2400 RPM.
it is windy. So I'm going to try and keep the speed up a little bit. And we'll be landing fast, but we've got plenty of runway. Hard part with the wind the way it is going to be trying to keep her level on once we're on the ground and to keep her on the runway. Wind is really pushing against us now.
Vertical speed 325, side slip 180.0.
Is the devil today. My goodness. Alright, so down safe. We'll be going off to the left here in this taxiway. Go ahead and do our after landing checklist. Get the flaps up.
After landing checks complete.
Very good, and we're going to move straight ahead to our parking area. So all in all, a very good flight. Landing was a little bit, it was okay. We were just over 300 feet at touchdown. So this descent was just fine. And kept her on the runway, and everything was good. No real complaints at all. So let's move ahead here. Get our sweet lady parked, our passengers disembarked, and deliver our pounds of cargo. All right, set the parking brake here. And we can go ahead and end our flight for FSAirlines. Alrighty. Alrighty. Excellent flight. Hope you enjoyed it, of course, as always. And everything went really well. I had some pretty good wind on that landing. Wasn't my best landing, but even so, just over 325 feet at touchdown. No complaining there. It was a little bit rough with the wind being as heavy it was pretty hard to keep it on the runway, but we got her down. We got her down safe, and so we delivered our 68 passengers and our 1,700 pounds of cargo, and yeah, we made gross total was about $4 million on that flight for the FSAirlines. So with that, Hope you enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun bringing it to you. Long flight. Of course, you guys got to see it for, the edited version, but 5.5 hours, almost 6 hours of flying in the simulator, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Plus, what was going on with ATC and that separation with that jet when we first took off and we started heading our way, and suddenly we got that big jet. Very little separation. I mean, the shadow covered us, so hey, excuse me, you can never know what ATC is going to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, had a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. And remember, as always, safe flying.